Hello.
Right, is mine going? That's the important...
Yes, baby. I said
You sure?
Time. Yes, I'm positive 100%.
Flipping, keep your hair on.
Jesus. I had my hair on. You were just like, duh, 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 duh.
It's the morning. Okay, so we've got something exciting happening today. Very exciting. And the plan was to ride this Indian, which was I believe it's the FTR 1200. Correct me if I'm wrong. Which is that thing there. And the guy actually said, he said, you can ride it two up, but you are better to ride it by yourself, didn't he? So no tub wiener on the back. Excuse me.
No tub wiener cannot come along. Anyway,
so
we're riding
this
today.
is what we're riding today. How cool does he look?
Oh, listen to that.
Oh, holy crap. I'm crapping myself. What do I need to know?
So you dash it up here, so that one there you got tour standard sports mode, so just changes the throttle control and stuff with it. Then you've got your music here, so at the moment it's hooked into my phone, so if you just click...
Looks pretty straightforward, Matt.
Yeah, so tire pressure sensors, so yep.
On, off.
Yep, so run, off, that's your ignition switch there.
Okay, where's the key?
The key goes in your pocket.
Okay. Flipping it. Right, here we are. Walk around it, babe. Get some footage.
Check it out.
I'm slightly crapping myself, to be honest.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you want to take it around the block before I jump on?
I did do a bit of research on this. It's got a lean angle of 30 degrees, which is like...
31 degrees.
31 degrees, which is not much, to be honest.
It's a 1.8 litre.
But we'll see. Let's not judge it until we have a crack.
My goodness.
What's that?
Have you ridden one of these before?
Never.
They're fun.
I bet. I'll be fine.
Do you want to take it for a wee flash around first? Very different machine to what we're used to.
So just get a bit of footage here, folks, because these people at Wanaka Power Sports who do Honda, Kawasaki, they've got MV Augustas, they've got a huge collection of Royal Enfields. They've got an amazing collection of Indians, which is quite a big deal here in New Zealand. There are Harleys everywhere in New Zealand, but Indians not so much. You don't see them so much, do you?
Not really.
And for us to have a go on this Indian is something really, really special, isn't it?
Yeah.
So thank you, Wanaka Power Sports, and thank you, Mitch.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch.
Yeah, we have a couple of exciting things actually planned for today, which I'll tell you about once we get going.
Just beautiful machine, isn't it?
Look, it's even got Indian calipers and everything. It's obviously all made in America.
All right.
Thanks, Mitch.
Awesome. Have a good ride.
All right, see you soon.
So yeah, do you want to just take it for a wee blat up and down the thing?
No, I'll be absolutely fine. How the frickin' hell did you get that back? Oh, I see.
Nice and low, babe.
Right, jump on the back tub, Wiener.
You sure?
Yes.
I'm just if there's any grip thingy there. Is that a grip
Oh, you've
holder?
got to press that button there. Ooh, look at that. When you start it up, it gets like, there's like flames and sea, and it says Indian.
I'm getting on. Right, we just want to put one's feet, I see.
Look at that.
Hang on.
Why won't it start?
Got the key in it.
Right, what, my glasses, right, so can you stop jiggling around?
Oh, that car's pulling, that police car.
Is he pulling him over? That's interesting. Okay. Right, here we go, folks. We are leaving Wanaka Power Sports on a frickin' Indian. Oh my goodness, here we go. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you comfy?
Yeah, I'm just going to have to hang on to you. Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm quite flipping heck. Okay, obviously you've got to feather the clutch a little bit. Ooh.
Just go up and down the road a bit, babe.
I'll be fine, I'll be fine. Stop stressing. Ooh. The brakes aren't that crash hot. Let me just... Oh, cracky, I don't... All right. Note to self: you need about a kilometre to stop it. Oh, I went to put my feet back on my pegs, and there was nothing there. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Here we go. Ooh.
Listen to that.
Flipping heck.
Oh, smooth.
Really smooth. Oh, this is exciting, folks. Really exciting. So we're on a 1.8 litre American muscle bike, basically. An Indian Chieftain. And I've never in my life ridden anything like this.
First time for everything.
First time for everything. And this is quite a novelty, being a boy from the Midlands in England, living in little old New Zealand. We don't get to do American, you know.
Yeah.
So this is a real novelty for us.
Oh, that's so jolly nice of Power Sports want to
Oh, they're so cool. So they fixed my bike. Ooh, now I've got to be careful on the corners because it's not a cornerer.
31-degree lean angle.
Oh, I'm out of gear. It's going to take me a little bit getting used to, babe, because I'm kind of freaked out by the fact that you can't lean it very far.
Yeah, it's
But
fine. Just take it steady, babe.
Right, hold on. Oof.
Oh my gosh, it is so entirely different.
Yeah.
Wow. V twin engine, eh?
Yeah. So it's
rumbling.
it's
like,
really interesting because you can feel that sort of kick in your pants. You know, the torque of it is really quite nuts. And I can put the
It's
screen up.
really
Look at the
different
screen
type-
going up. Ooh.
It's a real different type of power, isn't it?
It is, and actually, if you're not holding on to the handlebars, when you twist the throttle, it throws your body back so hard that you actually almost let go of it.
Don't be doing that.
It's a really comfortable riding position.
Yeah, it is.
Not actually what I expected, to be honest.
And so is the pillion. Really nice.
Anyway,
Happy as.
I was just going to say, for those of you that are new to our videos, welcome. It's very nice to have you on board.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hi guys. We
And gal.
and what?
And gal.
Yeah. We kind of do a slightly different than your average review / first ride. We like to sort of actually go for a ride. Oh, flipping heck!
Brakes are...
I'm not used to the brakes, that's for sure. That takes some serious time to stop. I probably need to use a bit more back brake as well. Yeah, as I was saying, we like to go for a ride, folks,
Yeah.
when we test ride a bike. So we make sure that we've brought the bike out for enough time to actually go for a proper ride. And this isn't going to be a 5-minute video where we reel off all the specs, put some fancy music on. I hope you will enjoy the fact that we're going to take you for a ride on this amazing Indian bike and actually spend a bit of time together on it. Woo!
Oh my gosh, this is so different. Oh goodness.
Yeah, my immediate impressions are that it's everything I expected it to be. Big and heavy and low down and comfy.
Yeah.
At the moment, I don't feel particularly safe on it, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll take you a bit of time to
Yeah.
get used to it, babe.
Well, if you just flick the throttle, it throws you off. It's so much torque.
Yeah.
So this thing has got around 160, depending on which model you get. Hold on, babe.
Yep. Holy crap.
Ooh.
161
It's got a
Newton meters.
of torque. And our BMW that we ride, we've got an S1000 XR. It's about 111
Yeah.
at 9,000 revs, whereas this torque is almost instant because
Yeah.
your current constantly running roughly peak torque because it's so low.
I mean, gosh, and do you notice the wind buffeting? Like it's because it's so much lower.
Well, if I crouch down, sort of squat down a little bit, I've got almost no wind noise, which is
It's amazing.
really nice. I like that.
For vlogging, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The biggest issue I have with these types of bikes is, compared to the refined European bikes, these are completely the opposite. Now, and I get that's the appeal. The appeal is, you know, that they're just
they're a cruiser, aren't they?
Well, they're a
It's like
beast of a cruise. They're just a cruising beast.
a big, powerful cruiser.
That's right. I'm very much keeping my distance from that car in front because
I would too.
the brakes feel like they're made by a caveman. But that could be just purely the weight of the bike is so much that it just takes that little bit long to...
Yeah, possibly.
We're used to a very light sports bike, let's be
It
honest.
has got amazing brakes to beat them, but yeah.
I like it, it's got 2 gear indicators. It's got one on this little dash here where the revs are, and it's got a gear indicator down there as well,
Pretty cool.
which is actually really nice.
So what's the gear changing and like that like?
This is what, look at that car. That's like the car off Rambo, an 80s sheriff's
Cool,
car.
eh?
Yeah, cool. There's a guy hit that wall just the other day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, airlifted to Dunedin, critically ill.
Alright, here we go, corner.
Oh, that's quite nice on the corners, actually.
Smooth.
Really smooth.
Did that require much effort or was it sort of...
Well, no, you corner slightly differently. You don't lean your body out. You sort of
No.
just twist the bike.
I don't trust the person at all.
I don't trust this person at all either.
They're likely to just pull over and...
Yeah, see, this is the problem. If you're new to our videos, this is a problem that we have here in New Zealand. Nearly every single car that you see, oh dear, he's all over the place, is a rental. And they are tourists. And tourists don't realise that actually these roads require quite a high level of skill because they're twisty and skinny. Oh, I'm starting to enjoy this bike.
Well, some of them even think it's a 2-lane road, don't
Oh
they?
yeah, it's not uncommon to be driving down a road like this and then all of a sudden there's a car on your side coming straight at you.
It's
And believe me, that is one frickin' scary experience.
It's not uncommon on the Crown Range for that to happen.
Excuse me.
You see people videoing these people going...
It happens all the time. Oh, that's cool as well. Look, it's got the revs digitally
Oh, wow.
and the fuel range, but it's also got a rev, and it's got speed there and it's got speed there digitally and
How
analog.
cool.
I actually really like that.
It's because it's got the old school analog look, but it's also got the digital
Correct.
modern
Yeah.
lever, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Really cool. Wow. I mean, as a pillion, this is comfy as. My knees are beat quite high. The pegs are up quite high, obviously.
It's actually surprising to me that how much of an upright seating position it is. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I do.
I'm sat bolt upright, and I thought that these bikes were a bit more sort of laid back, and this one isn't.
You'd be like, I thought we'd be a bit more slouched back.
Yes, same. My arms are actually bent in sort of an attack position. You know, like a mountain biking downhill position.
Yeah, yeah.
More so than I thought it was going to be. Sit back with straight arms. What's that you're tucking into my back?
I'm just trying to find the grip thing. The grip handle. It's really tight. I can't actually
Get
my
your
hand
fingers
there.
in there. You're usually pretty good at getting your fingers in
Oh,
there.
I was just waiting for that.
Disgusting.
Oh my god. Edit that.
Right, hold on.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. It's like a big rumble, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
smooth, big rumbling.
I will say, for somebody who's come off like a very, very fast sports tourer, and this is the first of this style of bike I've ever ridden, it feels faster than it's actually going. And I don't know whether that's my nervousness showing through, but we're only going 97, and I feel like I'm going much faster than our bike.
Yeah, no, different story on the back. It doesn't feel like we're going that fast at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Got a car right up my ass.
I think it's just because it's a rumbling power as opposed to the Beamer, which is quite...
The Beamer's a
tiny.
complete... Actually, it's unfair to compare the two, because this is completely different style of bike. Yeah,
I know, I'm saying it is just completely different. Oh, I could easily tour the country on this.
Yeah, I think I could too.
You just take your time, don't you? And
Yeah.
enjoy it. I mean, that's what it's all about, these sorts of bikes.
Yeah, totally. Look at the chickens.
Oh, free range chick.
Do you know what's really weird? I'm really enjoying the corners.
Really?
Yeah. It just cruises round corners. And I think that is because of the low centre of gravity. It's much
yeah.
easier to control.
It will be.
All I'm doing is a little bit of counter steer, look, and it just cruises round the corner, and then you're off.
And just like tapping into that power just seems effortless, isn't it? It's like really grunty. Ooh.
Oh, got to watch my speed. Well, here we are. This is central Otago. So we're in the South Island of New Zealand. We're in a spot of New Zealand. New Zealand's pretty cut off from the rest of the planet. And then this is even more cut off from the rest of New Zealand. So we are literally in the middle of nowhere here, which people from America will understand because they have areas that just go on forever. This kind of feels a lot like that area, you know, it just...
Yeah.
There's a lot of road. You can go for a long way. You can go for hours and hours.
Without seeing anybody.
Without seeing anybody, yeah. It's great. We love it, don't we?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love Central Otago.
It's awesome.
It's brilliant place to live.
Anyway, we're both nursing a fairly large hangover.
Oh,
It was Kim's Christmas party last night. We have a little bit of photographic evidence.
oh no. Yes.
Yeah.
Me having a bit of a dance. And
Kim may or may not have had a few too many wines, and we rented a cabin because the campsite was across the road. So at late last night, I was dragging Kim down the road, and she was going, "Look at the stars! Look at the stars!" It's like, watch out for the freaking cars, not the stars.
It was the most amazing night. You could see the whole Milky Way and everything.
Yeah, I've never actually seen the Southern Cross before.
Oh my gosh, it was just the most gorgeous night. So just real starry night. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
starry night.
And we stayed at the campsite at Glen2 Bay. They've got these brand spanking new cabins. Wow, feel that. That's just nice. isn't
Yeah, it's
it?
really quite nice to corner. Who would have thought it?
Awesome bed in that cabin, wasn't it? Nice and firm.
Not that you would have noticed. You literally, your head hit the pillow and it was like...
I was tired. Oh, that schmoozing
Oh, that schmoozing on the dance floor.
collection point.
Yeah, so the exciting thing of today's journey that I've kind of been trying to keep a bit of a secret is I'm meeting my mate Ethan, who's got a drone. And we've never had some drone footage before on any of our videos, and we've essentially chose an amazing spot, which is this spot in Cromwell. So I hope you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, and I just really hope it works. I'm
I hope it works too.
so excited.
Yeah.
Eat your heart out, Rich.
Look at that car's had a crash.
Oh, dear.
Blooming $200 car. They should be banned off the road.
I know, it's so dangerous.
Yeah. We're watching Richie Vida the other night. I love it when Richie talks Spanish and he's like, Buenas noches. Bye, buenas noches. Oh, sorry, Richie. Sorry, mate. Love you. And he is actually very good at speaking the old Spanish.
That's great.
But it's so funny, like, he's like fully like, hey, Bayek, it's mega, isn't it? Buenas noches. Oh, dear.
Oh, the baby cows.
The crazy thing is, I used to speak like that when I born and bred in Derby. So, and then I lost my accent when I went to university.
Oh, I don't know, when you first came to New Zealand, when I first met you.
Well, that's true.
It was quite strong.
Yeah, I used to call a duck a duck.
Yeah.
Right, hold on, Tub Wiener.
Eh?
Yeah, it has lots of ability at the speed limit level. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't like accelerate really quickly and sharply. It's like really strong.
Strong and smooth, isn't it?
Talky, yeah, smooth.
Smooth.
It's nice.
It's mega.
Yeah. I don't know, it just feels natural, doesn't it? It feels really, really nice.
I'm getting surprisingly a lot of wind noise. It really wants one of them little extra fins on the front.
Yeah, you could probably bring it up a bit, couldn't you?
No, you can't. That's as high as it goes. But if it had an extra fin right there, actually just putting my hand there, it completely eliminates all wind noise. Just wants another little extra fin. We could just stick one of them on. This is the bagger version, I believe, which is like the trendy cruiser version, as opposed
really?
as opposed to the actual tourer. So obviously, if you were to get the tourer, it comes with a back.
Oh, okay.
I'm no expert on them, but I think that's right.
I think you'd want to, because it's
Oh, if you were going to get one, I personally wouldn't have the bagger. This is the one that you look good on. But if you wanted to throw your missus on the back, or your mister on the back, depending on.
right.
Yeah, it's 2019, folks.
Yeah, that's right. Nearly 2020. So how are the mirrors and everything? Can you see okay?
Everything's perfect. It's very well designed.
Look at the speakers.
Which I never thought I'd ever say over an American bike. I've got a love-hate relationship with most things American, haven't I?
Yeah. As our regular viewers probably.
Yeah. I absolutely love American things, like the clothes, the caps, the muscle cars, and there are things I loathe about the politics and the wars and that sort of stuff, the lies. But I suppose that's the same with every country, isn't it?
Well, yeah. You've got good and bad, haven't you?
Yeah. But yeah, the love-hate relationship I have really is that things like this, they look amazing, but traditionally, it's always been about it's always been about the looks.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
So them 70s muscle cars or the Harleys or even these things, they've always looked amazing, like so cool, but they're terrible to drive.
Well, it's all about the looks and the power, isn't it?
Yeah, so what's interesting is that in 2019 you can get one like this that looks cool, that actually rides really nicely, which is refreshing. I'm glad to see America has come, that far forward, because I've driven American muscle cars from the 70s, and they're so freaking cool.
They
Like
are,
6 litre. What did Rob used to have?
Oh, a Camaro?
I can't remember. Was it a Cuda?
No, it's a Camaro.
Absolutely. A Camaro's Australian, isn't it?
Or was it a Monaro?
No, a Monaro. That's Australian. But it's an American muscle car made in Australia.
It was freaking cool. And
Oh my god, so cool.
He
Like,
took us on the back roads out the country and he said, right, hold on.
yeah, it's like quarter mile, 11 seconds, which for an old
I hit
70s.
his foot and I just screamed. It was awesome.
But when it got to a corner, it was a death trap.
Yeah.
It was an absolute death trap.
Amazing on the straight,
Yeah, no safety built into that thing at all, was there?
Yeah, it was,
Yeah. But that's kind of my point, is that these modern bikes and modern American cars, they're flipping good.
yeah. I mean, it's like you've got the beautiful classic design, but it's a modern bike.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Look at the size of it.
It's not going to fall over, is it?
No, it's on the side stand. Look at the size of the side stand. It's insane.
It is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. It's also very simple design-wise.
Car coming, babe, be careful.
Yeah, but it's very, very well designed. Simple but effective. Right, I'm going to switch this off.
Can I see if you're on, Tom?
Yeah, I'm on. Ethan, wave.
Ethan and Ethan's drone. Oh my gosh. Oh my god,
Okay.
aren't they cool?
So cool. Right, let's do this. Wow. Right, jump on, babe.
Oh my gosh, freaking love it.
I just nearly dropped it, folks, so I'm a bit freaking sketched out right now. It is heavy. It's really heavy. Turning it round is quite a chore. Let's see if I can turn around here. Isn't it beautiful out here?
It's amazing.
Right, hold your horses. Yeah, I used to think the Kawasaki was bad. This is much up. It's like an oil tanker.
Nice.
Whew. Do you know what I really like? That.
Yeah.
That is
Nice.
amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so we do have a slight issue. As soon as I take off, these two magpies are fucking chasing after
Oh
me.
no!
I fly up and they're just like, whoa.
Oh no!
But I can't see them right now, but
Let's try it.
we'll try it.
Oh my gosh, how freaking cool is this? Wow. You just watch the road, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, he's following us from a distance.
From a distance. Right, we're off. We're off. We've got 30 minutes to get it back to the shop.
Doesn't matter if we're
No, it doesn't matter if we're 5 minutes late.
nah, they'll be locking up and everything anyway, putting the bikes all in.
They said they'd wait for us. They're so good there. So what's your overall feelings on this fantastic bike?
I like it.
I'm getting more and more used to it the more I ride it.
It's a cruiser. It's not
It's a cruiser.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is very much a cruiser.
yeah, and it's like the pillion position's really comfy. It's nice and low and you know, planted, which is always good for a pillion.
I must admit, the more I ride it, the easier it is.
It turns, like turning tight corners, like having to go across the road then.
Turning corners
Bit of a nightmare.
on our bike, we can do a Yui here. On this bike, it's like turning an oil tanker.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
It's very heavy. I just nearly dropped it, so...
The good thing is that you can touch the ground quite nicely, like planted.
Oh yeah, you can touch the ground great. I love the noise it makes. I love the riding position. I love the look of the bike. There's only two things I dislike, which is not that bad actually. The grips are really fat. I'm not used to such fat grips. I don't feel like I've got a proper grip on it. The other thing is turning it round at slow speeds is borderline scary.
Yeah.
If you get this bike, you are going to drop it. There's just no question. I'm an experienced rider. I've been riding for nearly 30 years. I'm struggling with it at low speeds. Of course, there's people out there that have ridden these all their lives that will go, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, it's because they're probably not turning it around on a road like we are.
That's what I'm saying. In New Zealand, the roads are tiny.
Yeah. Back roads, there's a lot of back roads like that, country roads.
If you're turning around on an American road, I'm sure it's much easier.
Oh, no problem.
But here, yeah, that was scary turning it around, to be honest.
Yeah, main highways, things like that.
But apart from that, it's flipping amazing. And we just drove through Cromwell, and everybody was looking at us. But I will say, if you buy this bike, you're going to attract the attention of the police, because a cop car followed us all the way through. Probably thinks we're doing a drug delivery.
Do we look like rebels? Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
drugs in our panniers.
Yeah. Unfortunately not.
And Ethan's like, that bike is effing cool.
Yeah. The first thing Ethan said is, that's effing cool. And
Shout
yes,
out
it
to-
is.
Shout out to Ethan. Thank you so much, Ethan, for lending us your, coming out and filming us on your drone.
We're on a really tight schedule, so unfortunately we only got a few minutes of drone footage, but I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, but we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, American bikes are just so different, aren't they? So different. It's like a completely foreign culture.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Does that
Yeah.
sound weird? This is everything that European bikes aren't. This is like, I'm noisy, I'm heavy, and I'm coming, get out my way.
Exactly.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, totally.
This
And it
is a
sounds
big F-U to everybody else on the road.
Yeah, so if that's the sort of vehicle you want. we'll
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, this is the bike that if you want to tell everybody else to get the F out of the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
What a beautiful, beautiful day in beautiful, beautiful New Zealand.
All the way from Central Otago.
Central
Yeah.
Otago. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I hope you've liked this little video
Yeah, thanks
of
for
us
coming out
cruising.
with us.
Yeah, thank you. Bit of fun, bit of
Yeah.
motorbiking on this Indian American beast. Love it. We are going to test ride the Scrambler, the Indian Scrambler, another day. Probably just me by myself, because we were going to test that this morning, weren't we? But he really said that's not a 2-up bike,
No.
which is fair enough because it's a very small bike. It is a 1200cc though.
I'm not allowed to go on that one.
You're allowed, but maybe we just go around the block with you on the back. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe. We're on Facebook, A Brit A Blonde A Bike. Not to be confused with our personal one, which is A Brit A Blonde. Look up A Brit A Blonde A Bike, and that's where you get all the updates and pictures and videos and everything on Facebook as well. Cheers for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys. Merry Christmas.